What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review a mixtape by Lil Gucci Leer. Basically this product is called Tokyo Hearts and it came out in the summer of 2017. Now more or less it's kind of Tokyo Hearts is kind of halfway considered a mixtape. It might also be considered an album within those pairs of retail mixtapes as far as these supposed to have, but excellent within the pitch as far as these pitches going to have them along with it. This is a request by Urban Odyssey U as far as these pairs going to have them. So excellent type pitch gets some of these type pairs. So Lil Gucci Leer is basically like a particular up and coming. Lil Gucci Leer back in the 2010s was an upcoming kind of SoundCloud rapper, pitches like that within some of the ordeals, just kind of the crest of some of the next wave of things within those pairs as far as those pitches can happen. Similar to Lil Uzi Vert, I would definitely say in a lot of pitches, Playboy Cardi, some of those type folks, kind of particularly has a good spin on like emo rap as far as these pairs can have an excellent type pitch within the aspects, like some extra some fiery type flare pitches like that. Now within the ordeal, it does have a good similarity to products like. It does have a similarity to products by Lil Uzi Vert, like Lil Uzi Vert versus the World, some of those type pitches, but also within the tone as far as saying this particular product, there's some Juice WRLD thrown in there as well within pitches like that, so it's kind of fair like the burgeoning kind of SoundCloud type. It's kind of fair like the burgeoning kind of SoundCloud type scene pitches like that within the aspects I look after here as far as being able to say, now within the fair on top of that is the factoid that Lil Gucci Leer has some trap orientation as well within these pitches, excellent type ordeals to get that within the particular product. Now, I'd probably say more so than typical type SoundCloud. It actually has a pitch of staying faithful to trap music within some type of ordeals, but it does it with more of like a pink tint towards it as far as these pitches can have. So it's excellent within the ordeals as far as saying just a more BZ flavored kind of aspect to like the tone of getting trapped within the tradition, but just more within the aspect of like a different sheen towards it as far as this pitch can happen. So it just basically does it from the perspective of getting like the angle, just like additional type fit. So it is basically trap on here, but it just has it with more of just having like divas along for the ride with more within the pitch as far as the aspects that happens. It nails that particular fare. It's getting towards the fieriness. Now it has some hosting type aspects within the tone, just within the product, but it's also just within the fare, just like extra kind of out in the area pitches like that, some of the fares, whether it is just streetlight curves pitches like that. It's just kind of the ordeal as far as saying it just has the commonplace, a just good social job within the pitch as far as it's supposed to happen. So just kind of aspect of basic bitch, or to say basic diva along for the ride as far as those pitch counts. So it's just excellent type of ordeals. But out of the 16 songs off this project here, I recommend all 16. So this product gets a 10 out of 10 within those players. Say the most popular song according to SoundCloud is She Had Thought, which has over 75,000 plays on Spotify, or SoundCloud, good pitches like that. So She Had Thought is like a dope basic kind of neighborhood polished sleeves, kind of get within the aspects here, just some mixtape kind of local gal van, I'd say, pitches like that. Just good, nice one to sip some Moscato and just have some snackage kind of going pitches like that. So it's just kind of the ordeal. Just to say within the get about this product as far as the fair's kind of about to happen, it's actually more wicked than like the particular aspect that's probably paid its full bound attention to within the aspect. I mean, you would think, yeah, there's folks like Bryson Tiller and Drake, some of those type of folks within the trap R&B, but just in terms of the pitch, of just having like the trap aspect, just kind of having those IG living type ones, it kind of in certain aspects has tastes of like particular on here, like Lil Durk and Lil Baby when they have more like their female type songs, pitches like that. But it's kind of aspect as far as saying there are some fares on here that kind of feel like just trap music more from like the perspective when you would think. It's not even to say like a particular diva like, you know, Megan Thee Stallion, or it like to say someone like Megan Thee Stallion or Iggy Azalea, folks like that within those type of ordeals. In terms of like actual trap, that's kind of like when you think of probably like, you know, you would say Lil Baby and Lil Durk, some of these type folks, DaBaby in certain senses, Roddy Ricch, some of those prominent type ones that were popping out of the scene, basically, particularly mid-late 2010s, about early 2020s, pitches like that, and further some of those type aspects. It's kind of the tone of getting that particular aspect, so it just nails the flair about it, but it's kind of within the particular time. I mean, obviously, you get folks like Future, some of these type folks doing it within the aspect. Particular tones. Drake has some of these type flares, obviously pitches like that, some of these type folks, but it's just kind of pitches as far as saying just more kind of in the trenches in terms of like the IG type fare, as far as just feels kind of more localized with them pitch. I mean, Drake, you know, would probably do these songs more venue bound pitches like that amidst like the fury of like the particular just rave kind of heavy kind of typical Carnage and Penthouse type noise kind of within the pitch. It has it within kind of block party and neighborhood type actions with pitches like that, with like the throw-ins of like extra type fair, just the gal events out and around pitches like that. So it's not, there are some big events about this album as well, but it's just kind of within the pitch. It just has more within the aspect of where you would have hosting type fair within the pitch. It just more where you have to kind of pick up the slack as far as those pairs come. So excellent type pitch. But I look after Tokyo Hearts, the title track is a nice one on here as well. But yeah, that's the concept. So just a good fair, like I was saying about She Had Thought, the most popular song on here is just some Moscato songs like She Had Thought, and some of these type ones are definitely going to be more Moscato and kind of wine cooler type sipping pitches like that. I miss some of those type ordeals. Just a little bit more soft core, just taking the edge off fruitier type drinks pitches like that within those type ordeals. Less kind of hard shit face type liquor pitches like that, like the full bound box of like the harsh Bacardis and things like that, and Hennessy's pitches like that, so on type ordeals. But this one pitch as far as talking about it, kind of within the aspect. But I look after here, so good type products about some of these type ones. She Had Thought is nice within those type ordeals. Particularly Tokyo Hearts, the title track is nice on here within these aspects, like a vintage kind of 2010s kind of trap boil and steam to kind of get with the aspects here. Just a easy fit for like a Lil Durk and Lil Baby type marinade as far as these pitch kind of happen. But just that Tibble type noise, the way that Lil Durk would kind of breeze through some of these type ones, just Tibble type IG type Tipple type IG and safe spot type mails within pitches like that. But safe spot meaning safe houses. Tibble type domain and lounge type music within those ordeals, opposed to pitch behind it kind of happens. Just excellent type fare about it. Just trap noise, but just less furious, I'd say, within pitches like that. My Team is a quality one within these pitches as well. As like a throwback to early 2010s, kind of half turn up, half glam about this song as far as these pitches kind of go. Just a soft core kind of flex, definitely some swagging going on, pitches like that. Excellent type ordeals with it, just good for some party favors, just kind of aspect. Having like the particular tone, just folks showing up within pitch, but just kind of the product to just like the particular flavor of a silkier type night pitch, just like that as far as those ordeals kind of having just the aspect to like good game to spit pitches like that as far as those ordeals can have an excellent type fare about it. Believe is a nice one on here. This has some good type fares about this one. It's like a quality brooding to get within these aspects. Just some scenery. This song's definitely some scenery bleed, I'd say, within the fares. This reminds like Future from like the Pluto kind of days, some Pluto dredge aspects like that. Some of those type ones, like some songs like The Truth Is Gonna Hurt You pitches like that within some of those type ordeals. But yeah, just good aspects there. Pluto dredge aspects like that. I'd say just some commerce kind of air indeed, some of those type fares. It's just within the pitch alike. Good type products within those fares as far as those pitch can happen. Nice. It's a nice job about up next as far as these fares going to go. It's like a residential turn up and gliss to kind of get within the products of it here. Just a streaming delight, I would definitely say. Cook something, I'd say, within products like that. Just some day 4-in-1 with like nearby folks pitches like that. Some of these type ordeals. Just long day kind of relief as far as those fares going to go. So just within the pitch, kind of a chipper type song within the aspect. Just kind of the aspect of whether it was grief about the day pitches like that, but just kind of fair, just some kickback to kind of have, just keep things within a pep type fair pitches like that. Just within a trap type sense. Just the gliss type factor, just it's kind of a balmier and bubbly type song within pitch. Just like some good thumbs up and glee type vibes pitches like that. Say within those sort of deals. Not in terms of like a douchey kind of sense, but just the aspect, just the fare about it as far as this pitch kind of goes. To this excellent type flair about it. Excellent type flair about it. A lot of bands is a nice one on here as well within these pitches. Like a flush kind of basic venue kind of lo-fi storm to get within the aspects as far as these fares going to have. Just some decent bopping in this one within these pitches. Probably one of the closer type ones, like some dance grooves on here pitches like that in terms like some commotion, good pitches like that. Red cup in hand, I definitely say with some of these type pitches, just amongst like the dance noise, just kind of mingle, get some ruffles going, some of those type aspects. But ruffles just have some chips long, good type fair, extra type goods to take the edge off as far as those fares going to happen. So just kind of a tipsy type dance song pitches like that. I'd say about a lot of bands just within the relative type flair. Just flushed more within aspects. It's kind of more flushed more so than tipsy. It's not so much full bound kind of stumbling things like that. I missed the ordeal, just kind of being overly giddy like that, but it's just kind of fair, just more or less just like pink eyes, I would say, kind of more within the aspect, less red eyes or gold eyes pitches like that, more within the aspect, just kind of pink eyes from like the aspect, just the Moscato kind of starting to wear off pitches like that, just kind of some marinate within tone, but just the later effects of it later on, good pitches like that, still inside fares, I'd say. Like My Diamonds has some good fares about it as well. It's like a basic throwback kind of trap gauze to get. There's some lines like mid-2010s, little Durk pitches like that. Good, nice one to smoke, nice too. Some of those type fares just cheese a bit within those ordeals about it. Traditional kind of mid-2010s ambience pitches like that. Just some more glissful type sense, I'd say, within the aspect. Just more gauze. Just more pink and gauze about it as far as those fares going to have excellent type pitch. IDGF is a nice one on here. This reminds like Blood on the Dance Floor, Broken Side, some of these type folks. Jeffree Star within these aspects as far as these fares going to happen. It's like a sparkled kind of dope emo rap surfing to kind of get within the products of it here. Just grab like gas station goods, I'd say. Kind of in a lit mood, I would definitely say within the products of it. Just good spy. Just feeling alive and awake as far as these fares going to happen. Bay is going to like tonight as far as these fares going to happen within the pitch as far as these formats going to go. So just within the fair as far as saying, This album is not necessarily within the foulness of kind of the frustrated diss, like fuck this, fuck that, some of these type fairs. So it's kind of within pitch, despite the fact of this song being called IDGF. It's actually the production fair gives a lot more vibes like the pitch. It just having like some gliss factor as far as like gonna really get tore up tonight. Some good type pitches. It's gonna really cause a ruckus. Bay's not gonna like it. Some of these type pitches within the tone as far as these aspects gonna go. It's just to miss the pitch as far as saying it's the tradition. It's the good sparkish type era, like a lit type product to some of these type ones. This one goes along. This one just has, in terms like a more kind of melded and fizzy type tone. This one has a little bit. It has like some dance factor about it, along with songs like a lot of bands and like particularly My Team. Some of these type ones, but it's kind of the aspect of just like that particular. Just kind of more pop trap pitches like that. I think that She a Fan has some nice appeals about it, as well as like a highlight 2010s mixtape glow to get within these aspects. Just local buzz, I'd say, cousin to like Juice WRLD type fairs pitches like that. Just some good gauze. I think that She a Fan is just typical type time waste, some of those type ones that Juice WRLD would kind of do. Despite the fact that this came out before Goodbye and Good Riddance, it has a good amount of similarities. I almost question if within the fair, considering that this Lil Gucci Leer type product came out came out several months before Goodbye and Good Riddance, the breakout album by Juice WRLD. It's kind of within those pitches as far as question whether or not that they kind of had more in common within those fairs, whether or not they kind of had like mutual respect. Some of those type fairs kind of within pitch, but good type product, just real recognized real with some of those type folks within pitch behind us. So it's good type fairs, the commonplace, the dissimilarities, good pitches like that. I look after here being able to say on top of that, I would look after within the tone. Stop line is nice within these pitches as well. It's like a feeling productive and motivated, kind of melded. The hit song Stop Lines, like a feeling productive and motivated, melded, break free from like day grit, I'd say here within the products of it. Just some wine cooler fun as far as this pitch gun goes. This one goes along pretty well with like She Had Thought, some of these type pitches within the product of it. It's kind of in between type neighborhood noise, some of these type aspects, but just kind of missed the fair, just like some real good slag type fair, just within the sense of Stop Line, some real good slag type fair within the aspect of just something to listen to pretty much in like more or less like the kind of more pink outside kind of post hour type push within aspects as far as these fairs can happen, just to miss like the fair of like particular this Juice WRLD similar type style within pitch. It just, I was going to say Juice WRLD similar type style, but it actually kind of feels more of like its original type lane within these pitches as far as these formats kind of happen. Just kind of like the relative, just kind of feels like fizzy kind of pop within these aspects, fizzy kind of pop trap within these appeals. Has like that mixtape type polish about it, but it's just within the pitch as far as saying it's just not the tradition type fair like the usual grit and the mean mug type fair within the aspects as far as these tones can have. It just has a little bit more tone within something a little bit more above ground, especially. This feels like some good SoundCloud fizz, good pitches like that. I look after it here. There's another one, like, I don't know if I talked about So Icy, but this is nice on here as well. So Icy is like a glittery and jazzy kind of trap glam to get. This feels like a commercial mixtape kind of radio grab, I'd say. Just some IG sparkle. You know, this traditional kind of IG type noise, just more amidst the aspect of just like some get around as far as these fairs can have this good particular makeshift type noise within the aspect of like SoundCloud type makeshift, good pitches like that as far as those ordeals can have. Definitely some IG sparkle, some of these type products, just like the glam factor real high. Jazzy type song to have Bay along for the ride. Jazzy type song to have Bay along for the ride, pitches like that, just some standard type fair, just surfing neighborhood jaunts, some of these type of appeals, just kind of quality time waste pitches like that as far as these ordeals going to happen. Good excellent product, good glittery kind of time waste as far as these fairs going to have an excellent type pitch. No is nice on here. It's like a dope jingle, kind of frou-frou, kind of serenade polish to get. No is like a dope jingle, kind of frou-frou serenade to get within these aspects as far as these fairs can have. Just a polished treat, I would definitely say here. Good diva type fit, some of these type fairs within the aspect. Just some powwow type music for smoke type fair with bells as far as these pitch kind of goes. Just the aspect of it, kind of some commotion that's just beyond like the standard. Some good powwow type music, get some kickoffs going, pitches like that. It's a good type fair. It's like the dealio and like Know Your Meme, some of the stuff products, just the extra type fair having like some of those type aspects to kind of have like some spill to kind of have this extra kind of combos pitches like that. This standard what's on your mind, some of those type fairs about it. The standard what's on your mind kind of bleed pitches like that. I'd say just some home spice as far as these fairs go. So good definitely good hosting type one pitches like that. I'd say within some stuff or deals, just more missed the aspects some of these type fairs, but just within the tone. Just nice gloss and bubbliness, I'd say, about it within those fairs. Fairy Tale is nice on here within these pitches as well as like a fizzy kind of emo pop trap kind of two-stepping to kind of get within the products over here. Just a softcore kind of mingle, I'd say definitely porch. Definitely good glowy kind of porch type fair. Munch on like some Filet-O-Fish from McDonald's, some of those type pitches. Just extra type goodies pitches like that. Just some Lay's, some of those type fairs within aspects. How you would just some Lay's chips as far as how you would say a pitch just like that within some of those type ordeals, but just the product, this extra type curricular type goods pitches like that. Yeah, but Fairy Tale is just a emo pop Fairy Tale's like a dope emo trap kind of softcore buzz as far as these pitch amps, accent type ordeals. Same thing with Fairy Tale Part 2. This has virtually like the same beat pitch like that, same good continued vibes, like a good bounce and pink jive to kind of get within these aspects here. Just a fizzy kind of trap and divas kind of street curb. Songs like a fizzy trap and divas kind of street curb toke as far as these pitch kind of goes. To dismiss the aspect like some street light buzz, some of the stuff aspect. Dismiss the fair like commonplace kind of traverse pitch like that. This neighborhood jaunts is with divas in mind to kind of have like the smoke type product, just going a few places, hitting up like a food for less. Some of these type grocery stores within the aspects for these tones can have just have some chips nearby. Some of these type aspects kind of keep things. Then the fieriness and the fit of it as far as these pairs can go. Just a GG type song within the aspects. So this good type fair. Dismiss the pitch. Just very. I do like the particular buttery and just overall fizz. I do like the overall buttery and fizz type steam about this album within these pitches as far as these formats can happen. Just a real, just the same aspect as like Juice WRLD and Playboy Cardi and Lil Uzi Vert, but just more within the pitch. It having like that particular trap flavor. So just the pitch as far as saying just getting towards that. That particularly nails it as far as these appeals can happen. I think one of the last ones I haven't talked about on here as far as these pitches can happen is just That Bag. So That Bag's like a good buzz single choice to kind of have within these aspects. This reminds like vintage kind of 2010s kind of IG living, I'd say here. Is some Lil Durk kind of glam, good for some stunts as far as these pitches can happen. So just within the aspect. So just that particular fair, the way Lil Durk would kind of brood on some of his mixtapes, some of those type of ordeals kind of in a more malaise type sense, but it just kind of has a little bit more cheer about it. Just the aspect like the particular, just the gloss type factor, just those in-between type sessions within the tone as far as like those particular flares, just an IG type fit. It's kind of the particular fair of some low-key stunt type noise within pitches like that. Just check some news on like the internet pitches like that, then head out as far as those pitches can happen. Just within the aspect like the particular buzz of just of having the glam factor get towards some turn up good pitches like that. So this kind of the ordeal, just those particular products about it. Feels more in like a time is money type tone within pitches like that, which is excellent type flares, but just the pitch as far as saying got shit to do, get towards the product of it as far as these pitches can happen, got some places to be, some of these stuff aspects I look after it. Just kind of within the tone as far as saying within some of these type fairs about as far as these pitches kind of go. I look within the tone as far as saying I think that particularly takes care of the fair about this album as far as these pitches kind of go with it. There might be one last one I haven't talked about on here. I'm not sure if I talked about Need Me a Lot, but Need Me a Lot's like a definite dope kind of Juice WRLD vibes to get within these products here. Just a floaty and flush kind of day surfing to kind of have within these aspects. Just some music kind of freedom. So it's that main particular type flair that you would get from Cloud Rap as far as these pitches can have within those aspects as far as like the tone and just like some streaming delight as far as these pitches can have just kind of within a pink eyes type sense pitch just like that as far as these ordeals can happen just within the tone as far as like real lofty, probably some smokage in your system. Some of these type fairs good pitches like that, but it's the freedom from particular music type fair of the day test as far as those pitches can happen. Just the break free, just within the aspect, and it's more kind of gives more vibes within the aspect as far as saying another particular type day product to check off as far as those pitches can happen. So excellent type pitch within those products about just good type fair, but just within a kind of Cloud Rap kind of Juice WRLD similar type format pitches like that. Just within the fair has mild. This one kind of has a little bit of trap in there pitches like that. It's kind of the ordeal, just kind of in between some of those type one. Trying to think it's full bound. Kind of reminds like Lil Wayne with like No Ceilings 2 type days. Some of those type pitches also kind of like trying to think of some other type folks within that aspect more or less like. I'd probably go ahead and throw Lil Baby in there in certain type pitches. There's more ones in there from like the 2015, 2017 type days pitches like that, but just some of those type fairs just within those aspects like that particular glam factor, the way trap and kind of the meld between trap, the fusion between trap and cloud kind of was some of those type pitches in like the mid-late 2010s pitches like that, but just good accent type ordeals, good some of those type flavors, good pitches like that. You know, but I look after here, so 10 out of 10 album pitches like that. Social score, just to say within these aspects, the social score that's kind of tricky within the aspect. I think within the fair, definitely in terms of like the more word of mouth type appeal, it seems like the aspect of this album's flair is pretty high in terms of like the trendy type factor pitches like that. It's kind of the ordeal as far as saying there's a number of these that did have some pretty fiery top popularity on SoundCloud pitches like that. At least She Had Thought. And I think that She a Fan had 5 digits worth of plays, and then there's another one, Fairy Tale Part 2, that was pretty popular within these pitches. There's some good type factors about a number of these within these products as far as saying my team had some pretty good popularity. So I would definitely feel like this album has like a lot of capital type similarities like Goodbye and Good Riddance by Juice WRLD, which is definitely pretty large and central type Cloud Rap type album from those particular times. It seems like another one that has some pretty large and just overall had some large and overall hitting type impact pitches like that. So I'd say some of the immediate type ones I would go for more within the pitch, fucking with some of these type ones. If you're coming to more of this from like a Dat Piff type, mixtape type vibes, some of those type pitches from like the early 2010s, late 2000s, mid 2000s pitches like that, it's kind of ordeal. Some of these type ones within the meld of getting getting towards some of these new school type vibes and pitches like that. Some of the ones that have like immediate kind of complex. Now this has pretty good flares in these pitches, like a pink tinted type trap album and cloud album pitches like that. Just some trap neighborhood type fairs with like beezies and skirts along for the ride as far as these fairs can have. But I would definitely say some of these type ones, like My Diamonds, a lot of bands, My Team, That Bag, She Had Thought. Some of these type ones are just excellent type appeals to kind of go with like the factor, just like porch type music, good type fair, just neighborhood jaunts. Some of these type pitches, some smoke type rock, having Moscato nearby, having some of these more Alizé kind of lady centric type drinks in mind, just the treat factor, having probably having like Nutty Buddies or just some sort of extra aspect, like some sort of sweet treat type goodie within aspects, like some extra type fair to kind of keep it within an illicit type tone pitches like that. To keep it within an illicit type tone pitches like that as far as these fairs going to happen. I look within the fair about it. So it nails all that with like a trap bit as far as these fairs happen. So I'm going to go ahead and say 10 social pitches like that, but it's kind of the ordeal. It's more within the pitch. If the learning curve is a little bit too steep, which I don't think it should be, with just in the pitch, it might be like a 9.75, but it really shouldn't be within those tones. It's kind of the aspect, just the adaptation for folks that don't know as much new school type trends, but it shouldn't be that. It's pretty packaged within the ordeal, like the bite that it has. So it just has a good sharp type bite within the tone. Some of this type products, it's really, I would say the fury is definitely there within those pitches. So in terms of the future, not really this full bencher with Lil Gucci Leer's been up to in these relative recent type times, pitches like that. He does appear to have a series of these. He's done sequels to Tokyo Hearts, pitches like that as far as these ordeals can have in some of these type ordeals. Good flares like that. There's other type products that he's done as well within some of these type pitches, so some good type fair to get to some of these within some of these type products. But this seems like a pretty central staple out of SoundCloud. This is one of the banner type ones. I feel like this is one that feels like a seminal type one for the SoundCloud movement that happened years ago within these pitches. As far as these formats have, just a good type staple. When you think of folks like Lil Peep, when you think of folks like Juice WRLD, XXX Temptation, some of these type staples, Post Malone, Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi Vert, some of these type folks with aspects. So just further type staple getting to some of these type products. Definitely an emo rock. Definitely a good emo trap type staple. It has to stay within the aspects of this overall vicious type album that definitely nails the pink flavor of it. Definitely nails the pink flavor about this album real severely, I'd have to say.